Alrighty, good morning, folks. Hit the gym, what, 2 days ago? And was doing some remedial work for lats and found out that, like, yeah, I definitely got weak from my lat pull down. But I just experimented with position, technique, this, that, and the other, and it's like, I just kept working until my lats couldn't, rather than my arms, and it was like, all right, here are my lats. So I think I ended up hitting 120 for something like 15 reps. Um, Whereas with what I had written, it was like 150. So it was disappointing to see the drop, but encouraging to actually like feel my lats working again. So that's about as high as I want to take my arms now because they're sore. Um, and found out that with like my military press and even my deadlifting, I've been too worried about like what the arms are doing. Yes, sir. And I haven't really been like bracing my core like I ought to, and so it's like I just worried about deadlifting with just getting into it, good core bracing, and lift. Things went better. So, um, so that's where rep wise I can still hit the strapless deadlift for what I want. I just can't do it in consecutive reps because my fingers start to slip. So that's kind of disappointing. Also, I kind of experimented with the strapless deadlift after doing my lat pull down, so a touch of fatigue was definitely present. So, what I want to do today is kind of go back to some classic moves that I just haven't done. Kettlebell deadlift, kettlebell goblet squat, uh, push-ups, with again emphasizing kettlebell swings, right? Emphasizing um, core stability first, and then kind of see where life takes us from there. So, first we need to give Mr. Bones a quick little pet and a little stretch. Oh, big stretchy boy. Okay. Scratch his butt. Alright, so we will grab the 45. Because again, if we're going classic, we're going classic. The minute you do 20 reps of anything, something's probably going to start burning. But at 45 pounds, I did not expect my glutes to start burning like that. So take 30 seconds or so. We'll do another round. But I don't think so much what I've been doing in the gym's been, okay, how about this? I'll rephrase that. I think I've been worried about the wrong things at the gym, and that if we say, like, I was doing my power lifts and the technique associated there, and that this was supposed to be my accessory work, I was doing my accessory work wrong and it wasn't helping my powerlifting. So there we go. 20 more reps. Because here, right, even with this 45er, I can feel my legs driving the weight. You feel my core is engaged. And my arms are just doing their thing. So, right, like a less burn out of that. But again, it's just like, oh, like here's this movement pattern that I need to repeat 60 times. And it felt good. Sure, it's 45 pounds. And the strapless deadlift, my limit was 280 pounds for 3 reps. So, yeah. What else? So, we will end up, I will probably end up going back to the program I had written because I think it had a lot of these fundamental things in there. Or we might just go back to kind of using what I've written for inspiration and just kind of base it off of that. Part of me says, like, I felt best when I was doing basic, simple things. I found also 20. Alrighty. We'll get into some goblet squats next. We're gonna skip any sort of pulling or any upper body and like specifically, so no rows. Just because, again, my lats are decently sore, which is not something I've felt in a while. And probably not tomorrow, but the day after, I'm going to be starting my retesting phase. So, I'm pretty sure the squats are still going to be 315 pounds for 3 reps, and that'll be comfortable enough. Pretty sure the military press, like 135 pounds for 3 reps, might be a little fighty, but manageable. Rows, I know I'd hit 225 for 3. So, and again, I think I was having issues with rows because I wasn't supporting myself here. I was just really dependent upon my upper half. So it'll be interesting to retest bench. Lat pull down, I know it's going to be at a deficit. My strapped deadlift, I'm hoping I'll be able to squeak out another rep or 2. But I am gonna push for 405. All right, here we go. So, right, even just getting weight up to my chest, right? Automatic core bracing, right? Chest is up, and I know that I can't quite get as low because of my ankle mobility. Again, just feeling that great, like, core engagement from that knocking out. 20 reps. Gets me good. And my knees were definitely crackling. Not painful, just noisy. But from both of these, I've not had that groin pain so far. And this is where, again, like, whether you want to say like, oh, I'm deadlifting, right? Trying to get my hips as close to the bar, and that I might have been trying to lift with too much of an anterior pelvic tilt, and then I'm trying to posterior pelvic tilt / squeeze my glutes, or kind of like brace this core effectively to keep everything in line. So it's not like I need to walk around like this here when I'm lifting. I may just not want too much of this forward position either, which I can get by just kind of bracing here down to my hips. Okay. You might have seen my technique change rep to rep. I changed it based upon how that groin felt. If I went down, I started to feel that groin tug. I knew I needed to brace a little harder, which may mean for my body type, it's got to lean forward a little more. This may be where, instead of doing 20 front squats, well, I'll still do 20 front squats, but I'm gonna do 10 split squats in a front rack position. And this is where a couple weeks ago, I ended up tweaking my back, my upper back on this movement. And I think, again, that it's got to do with, I was trying to like support myself from here when I really should have been supporting myself from here up. All right, so here we go. All right, no pain because I feel good tension. One. Mr. Bones, you're kind of killing me, bud. You're right. All right. So whew. And Mr. Bones found his own toy. Toys. Yeah, I definitely think I've been shirking on my accessory work here, which should have been emphasizing like stability, core stability, and like trying to reinforce what I'm doing at the gym rather than this here. So even if I don't necessarily, if I do the same thing here week after week, sure, it's not exactly great content, but if I do it week after week and the rest of my lifts are getting better, that's my general goal. If I feel better, right, that's Danny as well. Doing 3 sets of 20 of a bunch of exercises isn't exactly fun, but all right, it's been about 15 minutes, so we can absolutely bring that back over. All right. The other thing, I've been feeling better this week. I've ended up adding another half a cup of cooked rice back to my diet. So it's like an extra 100 or so calories. And my weight ended up dropping about 2 pounds from last week to this week. And I think it is more so, like I might have just been in a stall in general in terms of my weight loss, but also like with that, just that, I feel like that little extra calorie boost, I got a little more juice, and I feel like, oh look, I can actually want to do things and tend to be more spontaneously active during my day. So we'll see how it keeps going. Alrighty. That's where I've been annoyed at this like finish line of this workout cycle, because I'm like, I am so close, but I got sick, I got injured, and then I had to go out of town. So it's just like this last cycle has been dragging on for me. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to be done so I can retest and start again. I'm sick of it. So it'll be good. I think that hence I'll be heading into more of my hypertrophy cycle. The workouts tend to not take as long, and then I can get some conditioning back in, because I have not done conditioning in ages. So, okay, 20 swings. And so there was a time where I was doing, you know, my classic total body with push-pull legs, alternating kettlebell swings for my conditioning. So I got really sick and tired of kettlebell swings, which is why I got the jump rope. And I got all this other stuff. So there might be a little more random stuff implemented into these workouts. Oopsie daisy, oopsie daisy. Yes, sir. See some birds out there or something? I guess that's your stinky butt, huh? You don't like having your butt touched, but you keep giving me your tush for rubbings. But I know you like your head scratches too. Man, my legs are burning. That's what I mean, like, I've not been attentive to my accessory work, which includes conditioning. Let's go again. Bitch, move. I want you to get clubbed by a 45-pound kettlebell. Don't you dare like that plastic. Sorry. Okay. Final 20. Here we go. Alright. Oh, my watch is busting. What's it? I am in vigorous cardio. Oy vey. Alrighty. This was good. This was eye-opening these last week or so. So we'll see what I end up doing in the future here. Alright? It's okay to change your plans. It's part of life. If you did what I did, great. You did your own thing, great. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you. That's what we're here to do, help each other be a little better every day. So, good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.